Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Byron Stankus, and we are here to broadcast a special presentation of the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association's East-West All-Star Game here at IU Health Field at the campus of Hamilton Southeastern. We are supported by Logan Street Banners, celebrating 25 years in business, as well as Noblesville Trophy and Wofford Theater, broadcasting here on Hamilton County TV. Again, I'm Byron Stankus, along with Heritage Christian coach Steve Kinney. Steve, how do you think the day's going to go here for this game?
Yeah, I'm excited about this game. This is an opportunity for a lot of these young men who didn't make the playoffs to play one more game.
And just for you folks out there who don't know what's going on, there are 54 teams in the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association. Each of those 54 teams is allowed to bring one of those players off of their squad and then divide it into the East and West. Now, we won't have players from the championship game for sure, and there's a couple of players that are MI as well, but we will have one team loaded with people from the West schools, one team loaded with people from the East schools, and almost every team in the state is represented here today. So it's going to be a good opportunity for us to take a look at them. Now, this is an all-star game, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for us, because the jerseys only have numbers on the back, Steve. So we're going to do our best to make sure that we get those number call right and we pronunciation on the names. But other than that, we think we're going to have a good time. I think these kids are going to have fun. So tell us a bit about the coaches.
Well, today we've got for the West, Tim Clark out of Brebeuf High School. Tim had his team in the semifinal or the quarterfinal round of the playoffs this year, along with Troy Dinkle. Also from the East, we have Charlie Berry and from Guerin High School, and Sam Margulis. Am I pronouncing that right?
I believe so.
From St. Joseph's Academy up in South Bend area.
Yeah, we've got all four of those coaches are representing playoff teams, which is good. It's also nice to see that we have Troy Dinkle, who is actually Coach of the Year this year for Westfield, who was a first-year coach there at Westfield, turned that program around from a 3-win season last year to be the number 8 seed. So good for him. And on the other side, Charlie Berry at Guerin, they were the number 5 seed, and actually he was the Coach of the Year last year. So we've got some good coaching on the sideline, as well as a bunch of all-star players that are going to get out there and show their stuff. I don't think we're going to see a lot of team play. What do you think?
No, and it's going to be especially difficult for the defense because the defense, they don't know each other. They don't know what defenses each other have run, where they slide from, and so it's going to be a lot of one-on-one, try to beat your man, try to stop your man.
Yeah, I think we're also have the opportunity to probably see some real fun lacrosse, too. The kids are going to have a lot of fun. I don't know if it's going to be prettiest lacrosse, but I think it's going to be a good time for them. I think you've got some All-Americans like Chad Katak out there, and exceptional players like Will King and Aiden Edamura out of Brebeuf. Chad Katak, who played last night for Carmel and had a monster game for them. Those guys are going to be on the same team, so we're taking a couple of all-state selections that are going to start an attack for the West. I think that could be a show early on. And I think on the other side, it's going to come down to the Nolan Hoffman and as Ron Colley early in the game as their junior goaltender is going to probably see a bunch of shots early. So we'll see how he holds up.
Yeah, Nolan is one of the best goalies in the state. I got to see him every year as we're in their conference, and he's just a fantastic goalie. But like you said, when you have a Will King and a Chakataka shooting on you, it changes a little bit.
Well, we're going to see how this goes. We're waiting for the announcements here, and pretty soon we're going to be doing the national anthem. So when we get to the national anthem, we make sure that we'll pause and honor America there while we do that. But also want to note that there was a Indiana High School Lacrosse Association put out a Twitter poll about this All-Star game. And interestingly, 51% say the West is going to win. The West today will be in white, coached again by Tim Clark and Troy Dinkle. And the East will be coached by Sam Margolis from St. Joe's as well as Charlie Berry from Guerin. So they will be in the blue. So we're going to see if that poll holds up. You have an opinion about this game one way or another, or is it just going to...
Well, I do have a rooting interest for the East.
Okay.
Obviously, as one of my players, number 4, Jared Lucas, will be on the East team. However, the firepower of Kataka, King, and Itamura makes me think that the West should dominate.
Well, there's some good players out there as well. I think you also coached when you were at Noblesville. I was at Noblesville with you. We coached Hunter Roberts as well. So he's going to be on the Eastern team. And unfortunately, they're going to be missing Ryan Kemp is going to be playing in tonight's championship game at 7 p.m., so don't forget to tune into that. We'll be on about 6:45, 6:50 to preempt that game, and then we'll see the championship game tonight, which is a unique experience of having a first-time ever number 3 seed and a number 4 seed with Hamilton Southeastern and Culver, respectively. So that'll be good. So make sure you tune in for that. But Ryan Kemp from Hamilton Southeastern won't be on the East team, and that's a big loss for them.
Absolutely. Whenever you have a player who their coach wants them to be in this game, and they're from a team that's playing for the state championship, that's a big loss.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those situations where you get an opportunity to play in a championship game and an all-star game, which you're going to pick.
Oh, of course, of course.
They're still going through the lineups out there, so we're going to just sit here and wait while we finish that up. But we're going to make sure that we call the game as best we can here. Again, we only have numbers on the back of the jerseys, so we're going to call them as we see them. So that means we'll, when they turn their backs, sometimes guys will be turning around. We'll just say that it's an East player or a West player, so that's good. But so, what do you think about the season that brought us to this point?
Oh, it was a very interesting season. It was all around the state seemed to come closer to the middle. We saw teams like Marion and Crown Point make the playoffs, and Crown Point beat teams like Zionsville, Noblesville, which hadn't been done in the past. So it's exciting to see up-and-coming team that just shows the growth of lacrosse in Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw Penn early in the season take off a couple of wins that did real well. It was nice to see also Brownsburg, first-year team. So we'll have to see how it goes. But we are now rising for the national anthem. So we're going to take a break here and then get you to the face-off. So let's honor our country. Thank you very much. And we are back. Again, it's Byron Stankus, Steve Kinney here today to bring you the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association's All-Star East-West game. We're going to be face-off underway. It was really nice to see that flag blowing there in the breeze. We do have a little bit of breeze. It's 83 degrees out there, and it's going to be a lot hotter there on the field. So having a little breeze is going to be great, but I think these guys are going to be up for the challenge. I see the referees are walking onto the field. Today's game is going to be officiated by Wally Schaefer, Keith Allen, and Derek Neal. As all-star games tend to go, we hope we don't hear from them at all.
Absolutely. Unless it has to do with the safety of a player.
Yeah, of course. I think it's one of those games that if we didn't have an official, I bet you the kids would call penalties on themselves, and we'd probably be all right. So the good news is we got good players, good talent out on the field, and I think they're all going to have a lot of fun. I don't think you're going to see too many cheap shots or too many hard hits, so I think that'll be fun to watch. So traditionally, the kids are going to line up here, introduce each other, and the referees are going to give them some final instructions before we head to the face-off. Anything you want to particularly see from the beginning of this game?
No, it's interesting to see who the goalies are, how they're going to handle the first bit of onslaught, because it's going to be a lot of dodge and shoot, and the goalies can start hot and get those outlet passes right off, it makes for a nice, fun up and down lacrosse.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting with, on the white team for the West, it's going to be Noah June, number 21 from Perry Meridian, and number 22 from Park Tudor, Nick Corey. So we'll see if those guys are up to the task to start. So kids take their places on the field. Again, Twitter poll told us 51% for the West. So we'll see if that holds up or if the Twitter sphere is not quite on it. So we're going to get the face-off, and this thing will be underway. Referee's backing out. Waiting for the whistle. And we're off with the All-Star game. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Logan Street Banners and Signs, Noblesville Trophies, and Wofford Theater, as the white team of the West picks up the ball and starts their offensive cycle here. And unfortunately, we get an initial throwaway right there.
Now, the clearing game will be interesting because they haven't had any time to practice clears, so it's going to be find the open man and run.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's also a situation where you've got kids playing offense together, don't know where each other's going to be, so it's going to be a lot of, boy, I hope the guy's in the right spot when I throw it there.
Absolutely.
I also think we're going to see a lot of two-way play here. I don't think we're going to be in a situation where, as we see the East team in blue here start to work the ball around, as Jared Lucas, number 4, you mentioned earlier, touched the ball there. I think we're going to see a lot of guys play offense and defense. I don't think we're going to see specialists come in at D midfield or a special in offense. So that's going to be fun to watch because it's potential for a lot of up and down play. But at the same time, we might tire these kids out pretty quick.
I would imagine you're going to see some attackmen who haven't run midfield all day run a midfield line or two with the weather as it is today. Maybe some long poles, LSM stay out and play some offense too.
Oh, there's some really good defense there. Good check. Number 12 in blue, that was Keaton Kohlinger from Concordia there trying to make the play. And defenseman took it away. Now we've got number 11, Parkin Riggles from Westfield is going to take a dodge down left alley here. Gets a shot off. Nice shot. Nice shot right there. That was Parker Ruggles from Westfield with a sidearm rip. Takes that thing past Noah June.
It was a nice dodge. You got up high, got over to 40. No slide. Again, we talked about lack of communication between these defenders and everyone working together. No slide, and he took it lefty.
So, yeah, that was good. Good lefty shot there. So, yeah, number 11, Parker Riggles from Westfield, draws first blood for the East. So we're going to get back to the face-off here. So Noah June from Perry Meridian, it reacted as if he didn't see it. I wonder if that thing got shot through a screen there. Did you see anything?
I did not.
All
but
right.
That sidearm shot sometimes it's tough to pick up.
So we're 10:33 into the first quarter. Nice ground ball by number 14. That ground ball by Jack Berendez from Mater D. I believe he was also the one playing good defense down there earlier. Now we've got transition back the other way. So number 9, Griffin Euler from, good back check there by number 10. Colin a day with a good back check, but the blue picks up the ball and gets the shot off, and another goal. That's a goal right there off of the ground ball by number 1, Jackson Lambert from Penn. The Penn attackman from up north scores the second goal from the East. I think that's a lot of what we're going to see right there is a lot of ground ball scrums and somebody coming out and being taken advantage of that play.
Yeah, so it's 2-0 in favor of East.
It's fun watching these kids play. They're out here just enjoying the game of lacrosse. There's no pressure on wins or losses. You saw that with number 14, the long pole, who he's got 2 All-Americans open, but he wants to go to the goal. And
yeah.
You know what? I'd do the same thing if I was him, probably.
Yeah, Big Jack Menendez from Mater D was ran all the way down the field there. Tried to get a shot of his own there, but created that turnover. So hopefully Noah June there for Perry Meridian steps up and makes a save here. We get the next face-off, 10:03 in the first quarter, remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be a nice face-off win.
Just got a note that Joe Heck will be playing now for the East team. He's number 19.
All right, so we'll keep an eye out on him as a shot and goal. There we are. That was Chad Kataka. Chad Kataka on a pass across crease. He just stood there and fired. I actually think that was from number 12, Will King, which is a combination that we're not going to hear. I'm actually listening to the announcer here, but I believe, I know for sure that was Chad Kataka, which he made that look easy. Nick Corey, didn't have a chance at that. About 6 yards underhand finish by the two-time All-American Chad Kataka. So we have a 2-1 game in the All-Star East versus West in the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association with 9:47 left to go. And now another win by number 11. Isaac Nesbitt comes down, makes a pass, and the white team now seems to settle down. The West is settling down. They're going to get that back there to Will King. Will King's going to drive hard. Big lefty, Will, as he turns the corner and rips that shot. Will King, first team All-State, and he just showed you why as he gives Chad Kataka and his teammate Aiden Inamura high fives at the end of that. Will King, big lefty. I personally think he's one of the best players in the state.
Will King, I've seen him play indoor against us twice this year. He's my favorite player just to watch. Unfortunately, I don't get to watch him a lot when you're coaching against him. But his shot is so quick. It's a lot of wrist, and the speed that he gets off of a wrist shot is something that I wish I could teach all my players.
He's also one of those players that in a very short span of time get up to full speed. He's so quick in the first about 3 yards, and he can just blow right by a guy. And he evens the score at 2-2 with 9:30 to go in the first quarter of the East-West All-Star game. And the West there wins another face-off. The West in white is going to settle down on offense. Will King is going to whip that around to Benson Brown. Oh, no, sorry through. That's going to be Chad Kataka. Chad Kataka and hits the post. Benson Brown backs up that shot. Benson Brown from Evansville Central. He's going to drive the right side. Flare out, try to feed the crease. All right, Nick Curry does a good job of
nice
getting
outlet
that.
pass.
Great outlet pass. Unfortunately, it wasn't picked up clean. But now that Ashton Douglas had the ball from Homestead, he's going to get that ball down to some Heritage kid I've heard is on the field. Had that.
Jared Lucas does have the honor of having been coached by both Byron and myself.
I don't know. Is that an honor? We'll see. We'll see. They've seemed to have stuck him over on the left wing, so he's a big righty. As we see number 8, Will Freiberger from Chittard there try to dodge.
Nice save.
And a good save. So Noah June there finally making a save, so good for him. That'll boost his confidence. In an all-star game, goalies really just get shelled. It's got to be tough for him. Oh, there was a pass through. They were looking for Lucas there on the back pipe.
Good look. I don't think Lucas was looking for the pass, but
I think that's what we were talking about early, saying that, these guys don't know each other, so they're not exactly familiar with where each other's going to be, so you got to kind of guess. I think that was the situation where he guessed, and there's another situation where he, number 16 there, Chris Bikarski overthrows the goaltender, so they're going to have to work real hard here to get this clear out.
They've got 20 seconds to get it over to 50, and then an additional 10 seconds to get it touched in the box, which is the box at the 30-yard line and in.
And Noah June just knew that 20 seconds was running out and kind of chucked it and hoped for it. And then there's another errant pass. Oh, good hustle there. Good hustle by Hunter Roberts from Noblesville. Hunter Roberts, I think, is another one of those kids that if he chooses to, he can blow by a guy and get a good shot off. So we're going to see Westfield go to work here. This is going to be number 11, Parker Ruggles again, as they work it around. The good news is these guys are really being patient. I frankly expected 1 or 2 passes and then run at the goal. So we'll see how this works out. The offense still working here, and they're going to get it back to Ruggles, and he's going to try Zach Zalski from Crown Point in the red helmet, and a great shot by Harmon Surratt from Evansville Memorial. Hits the post with a ringer, number 2, bringing the fire. So Noah Reef there gives up the ball to Ruggles again. And again, we are doing our best here to pronunciate the name. So if you know one of those kids and we didn't get his name right, we apologize. We're doing the best we can here with that. But there's an errant pass that went out of bounds there. It's going to be awarded to the West. The West and White's going to try to clear here again. So see if Noah June's a little bit more patient. As the outlets here to 17. Luke Leonard from St. Joe's, who had a really good game. St. Joe's did a really good job in the quarterfinals against the number 2 team, Cathedral. Stymied them a little bit with his own defense. as we see Will King kind of test here. Star from Buff passes off to his teammate Idamura from Buff. And Idamura now draws the slide and shoots. Aiden Idamura, number 22 for the West. Notches another goal. That makes that 3-2 in favor of the West.
In case you're wondering why there's 2 Buff players, well, since Tim Clark is the head coach for the All-Star team, they needed to fill spots for kids who couldn't come, and it only makes sense that you reward your player.
Yep.
And Aiden had a fantastic season, a transfer from Lawrence North, and started immediately at Buff. So
that's great. So we happen to know that they filled him in there, Aiden Idamura. We have kids that don't show up, and those are usually the kids that are playing in the championship game, or perhaps in the semifinals and retired from last night, licking their wounds. So here we go. We got number 14 again, Jack Bernendez, trying to run down the field to make a play. That's what you get from all-star teams, is trying to run through everybody. But then again, we've got Keaton Kohlinger here from Concordia carrying it down the field. He does a swim move through and then realizes the defense has got him. Step back, takes a shot. Backed up by Jared Lucas. So we'll see number 4, Jared Lucas, step him in the ball. He and Hunter Roberts to work. I expect Hunter Roberts here to probably take a dodge here as the pick comes set. Roberts looks through, fakes the pass, loses it. Idamura picks it up. Idamura swims through and then got knocked away. Now we've got a clear by Matt Pratt. Matt Pratt gets it to Idamura. Idamura on the run. Passes it off to the attackman. Unfortunately, the attackman there, number 3, Brendan Wicks from Evansville North, wadded that thing and went out of bounds. So we're going to get a clear for the East. It's a lot of up and down here, back and forth, back and forth.
Well, this explains a little bit. According to the IHSLA website, which is, by the way, ihsla.com, Jack Berendez is an attackman with 33 goals and 8 assists this year. So he's just trying something out.
He's got. We have him listed as a long stick mini, so good for him. Probably one of those guys that is a jack of all trades and will do anything.
Absolutely.
As we saw a shot go wide, backed up by Hunter Roberts in the East, and Roberts is going to dodge and roll around and feed the crease. Oh, an unfortunate errant pass. Jackson Lambert didn't get that from Penn. Jackson Lambert has had an opportunity, as we see the clear by number 10, Colin Aday. Colin Aday gets it down there. Number 3. Pass that around. Looks like we're getting a dodge from Ashton Douglas at Homestead.
Big check from number 15.
Correction, that is Harmon Surratt from Evansville Memorial. Ball goes down, big check by number 15. Mason Burney from Snyder. Put that on the turf. But we're going to get a loose ball push right there. So we're going to start with Isaac Nesbitt. Isaac Nesbitt there from Zionsville. Gets that ball worked around to Colin Aday, Lafayette Harrison. So there's some schools here that have been represented. It's good to see them out there. Some guys, as the ball gets dropped.
Another loose ball push.
Nope, but he picked it up, so the play-on situation goes and takes that shot. That shot's picked up by Nick Corey. Saved by Corey. And then it's going to be Westfield's Parker Wriggles again. He's going to outlet that to number 6. Unfortunately, Ben Irwin was just gotten onto the field. Wasn't quite set, so Ben Irwin from Cecina missed that. It went out of bounds, and we'll get another clear. So we're going back and forth and back and forth.
Ben Irvin, Cecina. Cecina earlier this year was struggling to get a roster together, was able to get that done and play a season. So it's always, and we don't want to lose teams in Indiana. So anytime a team can find players, and a lot of times it's a basketball player, a football player, or a baseball player who's done with baseball coming and helping out the team. So I was glad they were able to get a season in this year.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And as they go along and they turn out players like that, that's going to be better. As Garen player number 19 picks up that ball. I'm sorry, that was. Unfortunately, I have a Garen player with no name on.
That's
there. So, but I do recognize the purple helmets. So, now the West is going to start their offense here.
Joe Heck.
Joe Heck, good for Joe. No.
Number 19, purple.
Joe Heck.
Joe
All
Heck.
right. Are you sure about that one?
I got the word from Charlie Berry himself.
Charlie Berry, the head coach of Gary. Now, he would know. He would know. Joe Heck's a good, solid defenseman for them. They're graduating out their top player, Watala. So,
who was the Indiana Player of the Year, Lacrosse Player of the Year.
Well deserved.
Absolutely.
Eric Watala is an outstanding player. And there's a really good save. Looks like Noah June there from Perry Meridians found his groove on the save. Unfortunately, the errant pass. That's going to get dropped down here, number 2.
Nice
good pass
look.
across, really good look. Unfortunately, a tough handle. Ben Irwin again having trouble with that handle.
What I liked about that was very unselfish. It's very easy to just go ahead and put it in your left hand, take that shot. But he was looking to take care of another player.
Yeah, and Ashton Douglas from, like you said, Ashton Douglas from Homestead there with the attempted assist with a great look. Could have easily have shot in that, but like you said, good selfless play, which is not what we expected here. We did expect to see that it goes back and forth a bit like this. You're going to see defensemen like that try to make plays that they wouldn't normally do in a regular situation. As number 16 there, Pikarski from Bloomington South there, try to make that attempt. So interesting. Hunter Roberts here is going to get wound up again, take a shot, hit
Another
the post.
save.
I think that one hit the post. Yeah, the way that.
I thought it hit his hands, but we could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Ricocheted quite a bit, so he's got really hard hands there that hit the post. But Inamura brings that down, makes another outlet pass. Fortunately, Braden Wicks can't handle it. So Heck's going to start with it again. And the purple helmet carrying it up for the East. As it's going to see, this is exactly what we're expecting from Griffin Euler, just to carry the ball in the clears. You don't expect to see a lot of really hard riding. You don't expect a lot of really hard defense. You do expect a lot of balls to be on the ground, and the kids going out there to just try and make a play. Probably maybe do something exceptional that they wouldn't normally try. Usually with that kind of overreach that they're not going to do too well. As number 15 in blue makes 15 in white there. Matt Bratt from Avon makes a good play to get that ball out, lodged and transitioned here.
Nice pass and shot. It was over the goalie's head.
All right. Well, looks like the West is going to back that up. So Hayden Surratt is trying his hand there, and then he makes that pass off to Braden Wicks. Braden Wicks again battling for the ground ball there with the East team swarming him. I think we've got a lot of ball pops out. Number 15 Mason Barney ended up with it, and then it's a shot. It's coming out of that pile, that was a shot. We got number 8 George Eisenhower. George Eisenhower from La Lumiere with a goal. George Eisenhower. I'll tell you what, La Lumiere up north, I don't know much about them. I've heard that they have an outstanding basketball program. So if they can start tapping into those athletes and bring them out here, I think that'll be great. We actually have 4 now. It is 4-2 with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter of the East-West All-Star game here for the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association, with actually the East on top. Is that correct? No, it's the West in white.
There's something special as a coach to watch somebody have a lefty rip. They're few and far between.
Left-handers or rips?
In both, but lefty rips. Normally, those guys are getting 30 to 40 goals a year.
There you go. Well, we are at the end of the first quarter. It is the West up on the East, 4-2. I'd like to thank Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years, over 25 years. And we're going to go to a 30-second commercial here. We'll be back after that.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
And we're back. Again, Byron Stankus, along with Heritage Christian coach Steve Kinney at IU Health Field at the campus of Hamilton Southeastern here on Hamilton County TV. We are doing a special presentation of the All-Star game of East versus West for the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association. We're going to be beginning the second quarter. It is 2-4 in favor of the West. So, Coach Kenny, anything stand out for you in the first quarter of this game?
For me, it is watching Will King work. As I said earlier, Will is one of my favorite players to watch play lacrosse. And he now has 1 goal, 1 assist, finding fellow All-American Chad Kataka for his assist. It's a lot of up and down, a lot of different levels of play. What is an all-star on one team is a little bit different than what might be an all-star on another team. But they're all out there playing together, trying to take care of each other, and just trying to have fun playing lacrosse.
Yeah, and I think the idea here really is that we actually have at least the opportunity to have all of the schools represented here. It wasn't necessarily the best of the best from each team, because we will see the best of the best tonight at the championship game, where Hamilton Southeastern, the 3 seed, will take on Culver, the 4 seed. And last night we got to see Carmel as well as Cathedral play. So those 4 teams dominate the All-American and All-State lists. So this is a game like this is an opportunity to see somebody from every school, which I think is really the kind of point that we're going for here. So it's really great. I can say things like La Lumiere or Cicino or Munster, or we haven't called yet, and places like that. So having those players represent their schools here and an opportunity to get out on the big stage like this is, I think, it's a great opportunity. So the referees are getting set here for the second quarter. Again, it's the West on top, 4-2.
Speaking of schools we don't talk about much, in goal right now is Chasen Mahalman from Brownsburg. Brownsburg in their first year in the IHSLA, and Chasen is a fantastic goalie who I had the opportunity to have him on one of my fall teams, and looking forward to seeing how he plays out here. Looks like both teams, and we also have Noah Hoffman from Roncalli in goal, who was an all-state goalie this year.
And the face-off is off. Yeah, you had said that you had seen the Roncalli goalie. He did pretty well. So.
Yeah.
So that ground ball won by Mason Barney from Snyder there. Gets that ball down for the East. So the East can set up their offense here and pass it around. So do you think they're going to be a little bit more deliberate here, or do you think they're just going to still continue to fly by the seat of their pants?
I think they're going to be more deliberate, not by choice, but by being worn out from the heat.
That was an interesting move there. Keaton Kohlinger there from Concordia dives and splits and then tries to do an underhand pass to the crease. Unfortunately, the errant pass for Ben Irwin wasn't there. Unfortunately, couldn't make that connection. That would have been a really pretty play. So the West will clear here.
As a coach, we'd hope that our players are staying in shape all year long. But for some of these players, they haven't played in 3 weeks. And you take that, you add on the heat of the day, I think it becomes a slower and slower game as we go on.
Yeah, and I think there's not a lot of depth, but there is some depth on the field, and everybody will get a chance. I know the coaches will be fairly democratic about how they spread the wealth here as far as play time, so that'll be good. And there's a hard shot. Goes wide. I think the Ron Colley goalie there, Nolan Hoffman, saw that all the way, even if it had been on. So we're going to see Benson Brown come up to that, feed the crease. And fortunately, we still got a ground ball off of that feed that went errant through there. It was a good check. It's going to be cleared up here by number 11. Number 11, Parker Riggles from Westfield, comes down, tries to make the play, gets into the box, keep moving. He's got his head up looking, takes the shot. Shot's wide. Shot wide, but still backed up. So good backup there by Ben Irwin. Called his name a bunch, so he clearly puts himself in the right spots. Good for him. It's nice to see the lax IQ that's up there. That's good. As Ben Irwin gets it taken away by number 17. Number 17, Luke Leonard from St. Joe's. St. Joe's is up north, St. Joe Indians. They have a good year, and his coach is out there coaching. And then Will King on the run. Ooh, dropped the ball. That's a rarity, isn't it?
For Will, absolutely. Going up against a former player of yours there, Nate Jenkins from Columbus North.
Oh, yeah, Nate Jenkins used to be at Noblesville, transferred down to Columbus when his dad got a new job. So good to see Nate making a good play.
Again, Nate keeps Will from scoring.
Good for him. Nate Jenkins, all over the hands. Undersized defenseman, but scrappy little player. Let's look at the ball gets back into Will King's hands, and fortunately we say his name a lot, but he likes to make his presence felt. Here comes Chad Kataka. Make the good pass down. Excellent feed to number 4. That's Joe Machika from Marion. Chad Kataka drew the attention of the defense like an All-American would, and then did a really good job of finding number 4, Joe Machika from Marion.
Marion had a fantastic season this year, making their first ever appearance in the ISLA playoffs.
Yeah, they're one of the new programs. They have not been around a long time, and to crack the top 16 of 52 teams in the state, that's a good feather in their cap for them, and clearly Joe Machika representing them well.
Absolutely. One of the things that's been going well up there is club programs in the summer. You're getting a lot more kids out there playing summer lacrosse, and that's where you can work on individual skills even more.
Yeah, the face-off is off and scrum for it. As we see Euler pick up the ball, makes the fake, touches up the box, keeps going. Good defense there by number 13 Noah Reff from Castle High School. Slowed that break down. So the East will then work that ball around again as we get a shot wide from Keegan Hogue of Northridge. First time we get to call Northridge, so that's good. Getting all these schools represented. It's a good take, too. Just a little off on the shot. The East continue to working the ball. Yeah, I think you were talking about summer programs. I think the other thing that you're starting to see is that you're getting programs like youth programs from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade kids, and those kids are starting to impact. We saw that this year where Crown Point had a really good season, and they turned around. That was the first year they were really to play with kids that had grown up in the youth program there that they had started at Crown Point, and they had a good season.
Joe Laird was a finalist for Coach of the Year. Incredible turnaround this year for that program from the last couple of years, and I know it's just been his hard work. Not just his hard work, but it's been a lot of his hard work and the boys buying into what he was selling. They got wins against Heritage, against Zionsville, against Noblesville.
Keegan Hogue there tried to run through a double team. It didn't pay off too well, and now the ball comes back down the other way. So yeah, I mean that's Coach Laird did a really good job there as Nate Jenkins makes a turnover, and Chad Kataka then feeds cross crease to Will King, but too high for Will King. Laird, like I said, started a youth program and is now reaping the benefits of that youth program, and having kids that have played 3, 4, 5 years before they even get to high school is a huge advantage. We've seen that in Carmel and Cathedral and Hamilton Southeastern have had youth programs for quite a long time with some exceptional coaching, and that's why those programs are at the top. And everybody else seems to be starting to pick that up as we get a fast break here, and it's going to be that's Heck, right? Joe Heck.
That was
Joe Heck, number 19, brought that down, and they tried to get that off there to number 10. That was Keegan Hogue, and unfortunately turned that ball over, and then it's going to be Kataka to King, and King finishes.
And that all started with number 6, Jack Zaliski out of Crown Point.
So there you go, Crown Point. Jack Zaliski starting that break, getting that ball upfield, getting it to Chad Kataka, number 1, on the assist. Cross crease to Will King on the finish. And we now have a 6-2 lead for the West. The West in white. Representing. I don't know. Is that all right? Is that too much? I wonder how long they're going to keep Kataka and King in there with Itamura coming into the sidelines. It's a lot of firepower for one team.
I say let them play some midfield. I want to see them play defense. I bet you they were probably, if they did play defense, some of the best defenders on their team. Especially Will King.
Does Will King play defense? Does he, though?
When they lose face-offs. He plays the wings sometimes on their face-offs.
Yeah, we're seeing Jack Brandez, again, long stick midi, who also had played some attack, you had said, when you look that up there. Number 14 in white playing defense here. Big body, Moving with a shot. Oh, there's a good save.
Did say he was an attack, but then I looked further, and every player on their team is listed as an attackman.
Got it.
But still, he had 33 goals, which tells me he probably didn't play just defense.
Looks like he's listed here as a long stick midi, and that's where he's been playing. So good for them. He's played real well. That last save made by Jason Holman by Brownsburg. Jason stepping up, read that shot the whole way. As the ball comes back here to the east, touched up in the box by Hunter Roberts. Is also playing some midfield. I think you were talking before. We're going to see attackmen play midfield. Midfielders play attackmen. We're going to see defensemen play long stick middies. I'm not sure we're going to see a goalie run around too much, although that might come up. But and we've got a dodge from number 8, Will Freiberger. Takes that shot. Oh, good recovery. Good feed. Fortunately, got checked again. Ball's on the ground. Real play.
Nice pickup by
Number 10, calling a day from Lafayette Harrison. Now Will King is scrabbling for a ground ball. Fires it across. Gets picked off. Picked off for the East. And the East with number 8 is going to start bringing that up. Will Freiberger again. He's going to clear the ball. That was an excellent play by Nick Leith from Fishers, a defense, number 14. So Nick Leith getting into the call here. As we see a dodge cross crease. Good save by Chasen again. Yep, Chasen Malman from Brownsburg makes another save. Good play. Outlets that ball. Outlets that to number 8, George Eisenhower, Lumiere. Keeps coming, keeps coming. He's looking for the feed. Sends it cross crease. Shot wide. Oh, it was really good. Fast break turned into a good opportunity and a good shot for Grant Stern there.
Well, the good news,
Evansville Harris almost got that goal.
The good news for both of these teams, Roncalli and Brownsburg, these goalies are both back next year.
Oh, a good pickoff. There he was, Joe. Who was that? Which number was that? Number 7?
I believe it was number 7.
Number 7, Grant Stern, with a heads-up play to pick off the ball before the goalie got it, and then turn the corner, shoot it into the empty net.
As we were saying nice things about the goalie, that is not on the goalie. That is on the defender having to recognize whether the goalie is open or not.
All right, but that's a really heads-up play, athletic play by Grant Stern there.
Absolutely.
Evansville Harrison putting that junior. He'll be back next year as well. So that's good news for that Harrison team down in Evansville. See another face-off. Brings the score to 7-2 in the second quarter with 5:13 remaining.
Evansville teams are definitely on the rise. Castle made the playoffs again this year, and North was just out of the playoffs. So seeing more and more teams from the South.
A couple of years ago, Memorial made it as well down there. So, yeah, they're on the rise. An interesting situation that they had here is number 13 comes racing through here in white. That was no ref from Castle, as we talk about that. The Evansville teams joined the league as one group. All of them called up the league and said, hey, we have enough lacrosse here. And a whole group of about 5 teams all just started into the league as Itamura tries to make a play here and fakes himself out and sends the ball sends himself out of bounds and now the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be the East trying to clear it back upfield. And as we expect, it's just going to be a one-man clear. This time it's going to be number 11, Parker Riggles, Westfield. And we got 4:23 remaining as Riggles then backs in. That's that 2.
Shot from Jared Lucas.
Oh, you know that guy?
Do. I've seen that shot fade a little bit this year.
Yeah, you got to tell him he's got to stop losing angle on the shot and step into it. All right, because he was fading to the fade to his left and shooting to the right. And then we get Riggles again on this shot, hits the pipe, bounces back. That will not be an over and back because that was a shot. There isn't offsides there on the East. That's a play-on situation. It'll be awarded to White. So number 4 in White for Joe Machico. That will bring it down. And he'll start the break as we get another errant pass. Unfortunately, he threw that behind Grant Stearns, number 7. So the East will now try to clear again. And I imagine they will find Riggles again because he looks like he's going to be open right in front of this defender. Nope. Gets it off to the goaltender. Goaltender making a look upfield and Now finds number 2, Ashton Douglas from Homestead. And then Douglas from Homestead then makes that pass out to Ruggles. I've been saying Riggles, haven't I? It's Parker Ruggles, excuse me. So we are just having this go around here. I just looking outside. I saw the coach from Wabash here taking a look at the players. And so hopefully he's finding some talent, some unmined talent that he can come up with here as we get a huge shot with 3 minutes and 10 to go from the outside from Ruggles.
Low to high,
but 20 yards out.
Exactly.
It's a tough shot to make.
Slows down as it gets in there, and the goalie has all day to read it.
Yeah, but we got a good play there. Is that number 18 there? Number 18, John Strain from Lawrence North blocked a pass. Lucas now makes the step down low. We had a little fast break play there. And we're going back the other way. So we're getting up and down pretty quickly here. We're trying to keep up the best we can. As that is, I'm not sure, is that a shot?
Looked like a pass to me, but
right.
It's not going out of bounds, so it doesn't matter.
George Eisenhower from La Lumiere just looks like he wants the ball back. He's got his hand in the air. He really wants it. He's wide open. Get it to him. There he goes, and he's got the opportunity here against Euler. He feeds the crease. Oh, it was too low. Too low for Stearns. And then the errant pass to Euler, so the white will stay with the ball. So the West is going to maintain possession here as the East settles in their defense with 2:10 remaining in the second half. The score 2-7 in favor of the West. And the West will come down here. I don't think they care about the score, to be honest with you. They're going to shoot when it's available, and otherwise they're going to just work it around. I don't think anybody's really looking at the score. I don't think there's any money on the game. Just about the kids out here having fun. As we see a dodge here from Herman Surratt.
Throw it away pass.
Yep, and we'll get another clear. So, 1:43 remaining. East is going to bring the ball over here. Ball went out of bounds, so we're going to have him chase it off the track here. Clearly, we see no one's in any hurry here. This is not a pressure situation. The game isn't on the line one way or another. Again, about the kids having fun, getting an opportunity to get out on a bigger stage here. So, making easy. Euler makes the easy pass to Ruggles, and Ruggles now will touch it up in the box. Looks like they're subbing in a new player here, fresh player. So Ruggles is just going to give it to him and let him come in. So they check the clock. This is Ruggles gets the ball back. So he's going to dodge down the left alley, spin to the middle, splits again. That's Joe Matika and Tackman trying to play midfield there a little bit, trying to play some defense, and then he wins that and gets the ball on the clear. So he clears it up and hands that off to Braden Wicks. And then there's number 14 again, Jack Berendez. Jack Berendez from Mater D seems to be making his presence felt, the big long stick midi. Tried to make a good pass, but was a little off the mark. So the East will clear again with 45 seconds left in the half. I think Heckel wants to run it himself. Oh no, he's found a teammate upfield. He's going to drop that off. That's number 12. Keaton Kohlinger. Got that across with a shot. Ooh, good look, good shot. Out of bounds. Backed up by the East. East is going to retain possession.
Shot by number 8, Will Friedberger from Bishop Chatard.
There you go. And we're going to see him dodge here for number 12. Kohlinger. Kohlinger from Concordia. Feeds the crease. Oh, that was an errant pass, but Jeremiah Eaton from Munster made a really great cut right there. 7 seconds left on the clock. I think we're going to just give these a couple of steps and a shot at the goal here. Is he going to catch it? Take that shot, son. Take that shot, son. You're running out of time. Good save. Wow. Noah ref, just enough time. Got the shot off before the clock, but the goaltender from Ron Connolly, Nolan Hoffman, was able to stop it there. It's halftime now in the East-West Indiana High School Lacrosse Association All-Star Game. And we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back to see the second half as we see the West team beating the East team 7-2.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities, or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
And we'll begin with the Indiana All-Academic. Junior from Bishop Dwenger, Andrew Campbell. Junior from Bloomington High.
Move your camera just a little bit.
High School South, Isaiah Breen. Junior from Bloomington High School South.
I just want you to zoom out.
Christopher Pikowski. Junior from Bloomington High School South, Yotanatan Sear.
Yeah, that's all we want. We just want to see shape. Okay. For now.
Junior from Brownsburg, Trey Gammon. Junior from Brownsburg, Nick Richardson. And junior from Brownsburg, Zach Shellhorn. From Carmel High School, junior, Justin Moore. Junior, Tom Straits. Junior, Jordan Walker.
They knew. Sterling knew. I mean, they both.
From Castle, Junior, Jake Matusakis. Junior, Noah Ref.
Yay, Noah.
Also from Castle. From Cathedral, Junior, Stuart Gomez. From Center Grove, Junior, John Goodman. Center Grove, Junior, Nick LePage.
He would probably 50-50.
From Concordia, Senior,
He went 50% against
Jason Beal.
kid from that year, his freshman year.
Also from Concordia, Junior, Nick Craddock.
Specialist.
From Concordia, Junior, Ethan Johnson. From Crown Point, Junior, Max Garcia. From Evansville North, Junior, Drew Hale. Evansville North, junior Seth Humphrey. Junior Eli Jeffries. Junior Drew Ralph. Junior Elliot Weistrick. And junior Braden Wicks. All from Evansville North.
I'm shooting the halftime until they start.
Right.
The clock. Then I'll play my commercial.
From Bishop's High School, junior Max Shores. Oh, Matthew Shores, excuse me, junior. Senior from Garrett Catholic, John Blatchford. Also from Garrett Catholic, senior Walter Brown. Senior Connor Hansen. Junior Joe Heck. Senior Jacob LeBeau. Senior Eric Watala. From Hamilton Southeastern High School, junior Tony Kasiri. Junior Dean Constantine. Junior Tanner Williams. From Heritage Christian, Eli Hastings Jr. Junior Kyle McAvoy. From Mater Dei, junior Noah Blankenberger. From Noblesville, junior Elias Adon. From Noblesville, junior Hunter Roberts. From North Central High School, junior Luke Hinkle. Junior Colin Stonebreaker. From Penn High, junior Nicholas Bennett. From Zionsville, Jack Schwenberg, Jr. And also from Zionsville, junior Miles Lee. Let's give those boys a round of applause. On to academic all-state. I will announce the school and then list the boys. From Avon High School, senior Drew Kirkjoff. Senior Alistair Martson. From Bishop Wenger, senior Alex Campbell. From Brebeuf Jesuit, senior Henry Goldenberg. Senior Dylan Howell. Senior Will King. Senior Charlie Crute. Senior Matthew Toff. From Brownsburg, senior Alex Fessler. Senior Matt Itch. Senior Jacob Oppie. Senior Devin Steinman. Senior Jackson Vogt. From Carmel High School, senior Hayden Ball. Senior Andy Hay. Senior Ben Holtzlander. Senior Jeff Joliet. Senior Cooper Otis. Senior Chad Kataka. From Clover, senior Michael Bacher. Senior Tanner Cook. Senior Rory Sevier. From Cathedral, senior Brock Snyder. Senior Max Worth. From Center Grove High School, Senior Quinn Munson. From Concordia High School, Eli Allen, Senior. And Cameron Bonacki, Senior. From Fishers High School, Senior Tegan Heininger. From Guerin Catholic, Senior John Blanchford. Senior Walter Brown. Senior Connor Hansen. Senior Jacob LeBus. From Hamilton Southeastern High School, Senior Nick Rena. Senior Ben Buckner. Senior Peter Buckner. Senior Dalton Potter. Senior Lucas DeVoe. Senior Keegan Logan. From Heritage Christian, Evan Furnish, Senior. Senior Morgan Huber. Senior Kyle Zockman. From Modern Day, Senior Jake Bermendez. Senior Grant Hillenwater. Senior Taylor Kemp. Senior Grant Gordon. Senior Will Schuler. From Noblesville High School, Senior Mike Cesari. Senior Seth Hope. Senior Curtis Taylor. From Park Tudor, Senior Connor Button. Senior Cole Caress. Senior Nick Curry. Senior Alex Gregory. Senior Alex Palmer. Senior Tom Root. From Westfield High School, Senior Devontae Calhoun. Senior Wade Elliott. Senior Jack Reinhold.
Got to take advantage of the minutes while I get them.
And from Zionsville High School, Senior Cameron Harmon. Blake Moons, Senior. And Ryan Davis, Senior. Let's give our academic All-State fellas a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2018 IHSLA Honorable Mention. At attack, from Clover, freshman Joel Stevens. At attack, Senior Brebeuf Jesuit Aiden Atamura. At midfield, from Zionsville, sophomore Duncan McCourt. From Evansville Memorial, sophomore Logan Lively. From Crown Point, junior Jack Zaleski. From Marion, senior Skylar Bays. From Hamilton Southeastern High School, senior David Sage. From Culver, senior Henry Zahner. From Carmel, junior Jordan Walker. From Guerin Catholic, senior John Blanchford. At defense, from Cathedral, sophomore Liam McClure. From Carmel, freshman Jack Huntington. Long stick committee from Heritage Christian is senior Garrett Spencer. Face-off from Heritage Christian junior Ben Patron.
Short stick defensive midfielder.
Short stick defensive midi from Cathedral junior Stuart Gomez. Let's give those boys a round of applause. Our 2018 IHSLA second team All-State. At attack from Westfield, sophomore Jack Green. From St. Joseph, senior Cole Wright. From Hamilton Southeastern, junior Cam Smith. At midfield, from Cathedral, sophomore Matthew Denon. From Carmel, senior Eli Knowles. From Cathedral, junior Tanner Dunwoody. At defense, from Hamilton Southeastern, sophomore Cannon Ellsbury. From Cathedral, senior Max Gordon. From Penn, senior Joshua Haluska. From Zionsville, senior Reese Redmond. At goalie, from Ron Colley, senior Nolan Huffman. From Hamilton Southeastern, junior Timmy Matthew Dykes. Long stick mini from St. Joseph, sophomore Luke Leonard. At faceoff from Cathedral, sophomore Sam Betch. Short stick defensive midi from Carmel, senior Mark Allen. Let's give our second team All-State a round of applause. And your 2018 IHSLA first team All-State. At attack, rebuff Jesuit, senior Will King. From Carmel, senior Chad Kataka. And from Hamilton Southeastern, senior Keegan Logan. At midfield, Hamilton Southeastern, senior Lucas DeVoe. Noblesville, senior John Thomas. From Culver, senior Michael Bacher. And at defense, from Garin Catholic, senior Eric Natalia. Hamilton Southeastern, senior Nick Morena. From the Buff Jesuit, senior Charlie Cruz. And goalie from Cathedral, senior Brock Snyder. Long stick midi from Zionsville, junior Jacob Zephyr. And face-off from Clover, freshman Alec Vaccaro. Short stick defensive middies from Garin Catholic, senior Thomas Kaiser. Kassar from Zionsville, senior Blake Moon. Let's give these fellas a round of applause. And our U.S. Lacrosse 2018 All-Americans are Chad Kataka, Will King, Eric Natalia, Keegan Logan, Brock Snyder, Michael Bucker, and Lucas DeVoe.
It's probably better to extend the halftime of this than the championship game. Probably better to extend the halftime of this than the championship
Yes,
game.
that's exactly what they're doing.
Take the momentum out of the kids like you do in the Super
Well,
Bowl.
they used to do it before the game, but then the kids who were in the game have to get unfocused.
See if we sit over there so I can zoom in on.
You want me to zoom?
No, I'll take care of it.
Okay. See, it's in my contract. I get halftime off.
And our U.S. Lacrosse 2018 All-Academic All-Americans are Cam Harmon, Jack Joliet, Jacob Lewis, Connor Button, Rory Seaver, Brock Snyder, and Nick Rita.
Like that, you have a little bad night on your desk. I'm just excited to hear that you like it.
And our U.S. Lacrosse 2018 Bob Scott Award goes to Cam Harmon.
Troy Dingle, where's he from? Yeah, Troy Dingle, Westfield.
And our 2018 Coach of the Year from Westfield High School, Troy Dingle. And the IHSLA 2018 Player of the Year goes to Garen Catholic Eric Witalia. The 2018 IHSLA Coach of the Year from Westfield High School, Troy Dingle.
Yeah.
I know, is that usually the same?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's weird. It's not your fault. It's the same.
2018 IHSLA Assistant Coach of the Year, Vinny Romano from Rock College. And the 2018 IHSLA Man of the Year from Cathedral, Dr. Kevin Rogers.
Hey, Rudy, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a round of applause for all the winners.
I guess we're going to go back to work, Jimmy.
The second half of our East-West Showcase game will begin in 3 minutes.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be
Third seat and streaming.
individual awards. Plus, we had the opportunity here to get these other kids out on the field in the East-West All-Star game to represent their schools. So I think this is it's a good day. It's a good day for lacrosse in Indiana. I think that we're going to see these kids come out here in a little bit and line up here for the face-off of the second half, where the West in the white is leading 7-2 against the East in the blue. Again, the score really isn't all that important. The kids having fun, I think, is more important than that. And I think we're going to see that again.
Yeah, another thing that's happening is we do have college recruiters out here, college coaches from Indiana, possibly other places, watching these kids play. And so somebody has an opportunity to stand out and possibly play in college in an environment like this today.
Yeah, we're getting ready for the face-off here, but yeah, that's exactly right. We were talking to the Wabash coach here at the halftime here off air, and he's watching some of the kids here. And great thing about Hamilton County TV is it gives us an opportunity to do a little bit more outreach there for coaches to look at this broadcast even after the games are over, to take a look at players in the replay. So that's good as the East sets up their offense here and tries to get something going, working the ball around. And again, we'd like to thank Wofford Theaters and their movies on the go. So Friday nights they'll be having movie classics in Noblesville Park on Friday nights for the month of June. So some of those classic movies, as we see a great outlet pass here and a fast break for the West. Kataka, the All-American, goes down to Will King, the All-American, and they misconnect, although Will King keeps it in bounds. So some of those movies are My Dog Skip, Overboard, Field of Dreams, Bruce Almighty, Serendipity. So looks like if you get your chance Friday night, look for a place to go watch a movie. That'd be a great place to go.
On that last play, Will King was left alone on the left wing there, which is something I've had nightmares about before our playoff game versus them.
I can imagine. Nobody wants to leave him alone. Look how quick he is with the ball now as he tries to feed through the double team. The ball gets shot onto the outside of the net. Maintained possession by the West. Still working out. They're going to settle that down. Sometimes that's the smartest play. Get everybody on the same page.
And I really feel like Will King was trying to get other players involved. He's got his accolades, and that shot is just unbelievable.
Well, here's what happens. I mean, the guy's an All-American for a reason, right?
Absolutely, he is.
Right over his shoulder.
So congratulations to him. And, all the other guys that won that. So we get an opportunity to see that here in live. We did not be able to get a broadcast a Buff game. So it's good to get an opportunity to see them here. Like you said, he was trying to get some other guys involved, and sometimes the best way to get things going is to just go do it yourself.
Absolutely, because then more players are going to slide to him, get more attention.
Yeah, that attack with he and Chad Kataka are the first team All-State attackmen, along with Keegan Logan from HSE, who we're going to see tonight in the championship game. Second team being Jack Green, Cole Wright, and Cam Smith from Westfield St. Joe and Hamilton Southeastern. Joel Stevens and Aiden Inamura, who's playing in this game. Honorable mention at attack. So we get to see some of those All-State players in action right now, along with the first team midfielders. Lucas DeVoe and is playing tonight along with Michael Bacher, his first team All-State midfield. And shout out to John Thomas at Noblesville, making first team All-State as well for the midfield. Those guys aren't going to be playing in this game. Those two guys, Bacher and DeVoe, as the West regains possession here. Kataka again. Boy, Will King to Kataka. Kataka with the turnaround from the high crease there. Low to high shot. Boy, that's tough for anybody to see. Is that Nick Curry in the goal again? I believe it. Is that the Park Tudor goalie?
Try to get a number on him.
Looks like a Park Tudor helmet from here. I don't know.
I'm not sure about the colors of Columbus East. We haven't seen Rick Wooten yet today.
I'm not sure if he's here today. I think he's one of those guys who couldn't make the trip up.
Right now, Will King has 3 goals, 2 assists. Chad Kataka has 2 goals, 2 assists to lead the way, as we expected going in.
That's not a surprise. Some of the players that we really like so far, that number 14 for the West, Jack Berendez, he seems to be making a play for himself. He's now defending the guy with the ball and As they pass it off again to number 8 here, Will Freiberger from Chittard, who now tries to feed the crease, looks, changes his mind. So Ashton Douglas now trying to make a go of it. Ashton from Homestead, undersized attackman for them. Homestead is a program that has been around a little while. They've ups and downs. A couple years they've made the playoffs, and unfortunately not this year, but it looks like the Ashton's going to be coming back as a junior. They might have an opportunity to put that, right that ship back in the top 16, as we see Ruggles again coming down the side, going against Berendez. Long stick midi.
Nice feed inside.
Nice feed inside. Shot wide. Hunter Roberts.
Action on the previous goal. It was
With that
assisted
shot.
by number 12 from rebuff, Will King.
And they
and
trying to force the crease
goal
again.
was from number
Up
1
by
from
Jared
Hermel.
Lucas.
Well, it's not looked up yet. Flipped away.
I was early with that.
You were, as Ashton came and saved him. Ashton Douglas there.
Jared normally
See?
dead on.
And Ruggles again with the shot. Douglas' low shot there.
It's his second goal of the day.
He beats Noah June on the low shot there. Being
Score for East from Westfield, number 11, Parker Ruggles. East 3, West 9.
All right, we're going to see how this goes. We have the fans actually fill this stadium here. We got a handful, probably good 100, 150 fans there into the stands. I think is good. So we're going to see another face-off here, and 8:17 left in the third quarter. 9-3 to the West. The West wins it. Down to Kataka. Taka across to Will King. Will King scores again. Just too easy sometimes.
It's amazing how often he can find himself alone. A kid with that much talent. I saw it firsthand twice this year where he would be alone somehow.
You would think you'd have to go out of your way to mark a guy up like that and never leave him, but when you've got another threat like Kataka there and everybody rotates to him, I guess that's going to happen. Got quite an outstanding attack there. Grant Stern seems to be the third guy in there from Marion. Sorry, Grant Stearns is from Evansville, Harrison. Let's see another face-off here. It's like a lot of scrums for ground balls here. I think we kind of expected that to be a little bit of soccer play. We're going to loose ball push. We're going to award that back to the West. Number 9, Nick Corral from LaPorte there ended up with that ball. And here's Kataka behind the
back pass.
And then Itamura here dodging through a bunch of people. He also goes behind the back.
But dives into the crease in the process. Turnover. You know, this is the opportunity when you get. This is the opportunity some of these guys have to do the things that coaches won't let them do during the regular season. Ball thrown away there.
And what do you mean by that?
Coaches aren't big fans of players going behind the back passes, behind the back shots. They're lower percentage, so they want the high percentage overhand throwing and shooting. But out here today, there's no coaches to tell them not to do stuff, and this is their time to showcase some of their talents.
Yeah, Kataka tried to feed Machika there in the crease. That got errant, and now we're going to get a clear and a turnover.
White will go back on offense again. Will's asking for the ball.
Well, and he's wide open again.
Nobody on Will King.
And he will probably just come down here and take a shot. Cross crease. Grant Stearns. Oh, I thought he might have bounced that over there. Grant Stern, Harrison, they fed him. That looks like they're trying to get everybody involved here.
Absolutely. I mean, Will could have made that shot and scored 99 out of 100 from that spot, but looking to be unselfish here today. He's got 4 goals, 2 assists.
Here's Ben Irvin again from Cecina, trying to work out of the corner. Gets the ball out to Will Freiberg. He'll take a cross-crease pass. Now, unfortunately, Jackson Lambert couldn't handle it. But it stays with the possession with the East. Ruggles again with the shot.
And a nice save.
Noah June.
Outlet to an open man. Midfield can't make the pass, though. Can't make the connection. Kataka to Will. Goal.
Behind the back.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Behind the back, and he missed. Talking about them being low percentage shots. It would have been a pretty finish if he'd gotten it.
I'm sure Coach Tim Clark is glad this is an all-star game, not a playoff game. And taking that shot.
Yeah. I think it really matters. I think these kids out there, like you say, having a good time, make an underhand pass like we just see here.
Mason Barney from Snyder picked up that ground ball. There's another school we haven't mentioned yet today.
And here's Bernendez again. Big shot right into the keeper's cross. But he's shown himself to be active here. Big guy moving. Jack Bernendez. Modern day.
He's big, he's got a motor, and he's got a decent stick. He's picked up several ground balls already today.
This would be Will Freiberger come down here, try to get a play off, takes that underhand shot.
Another save.
Another save there. Noah June. Noah June early on looked like he struggled a bit, and then seems to have righted himself, made a couple of really good saves there, the goalie from Perry Meridian.
Kataka and King are out of the game right now.
Yeah, Surratt with that ball, trying to look for someone to feed to. And there it is, Colin. He fed that ball to Colin Aday from Lafayette Harrison, and Aday finds the top of the net. Gets that by the Park Tudor goalie from Nick Curry. Good for him. Nice play. Nice combination play by all three of those players.
And with these teams, them not being able to practice together, don't have an offense, Aday did what you're supposed to do. You find empty spot, you get out of the other players, make sure the other player can see you, and when they do pass it to you, you catch and finish.
There we go. Good freelance little play there. And right off the substitution, as we said, they subbed in fresh committees. Fresh attackman, correction. Yes. So, Harmon Surratt, Evansville Memorial on that feed. Good little play. As we see a face-off again.
Also in right now is Brenson Brown from Evansville Central.
Everybody getting a look here in the third quarter with 5:11 to go. It's 11-3. As the Twitter poll suggested, the West is winning. So we're going to get it clear, and the West is going to get the ball again.
Number 9, Nick Correll from LaPorte, bringing it in.
Excuse me. Working that ball around. Turning the corner. There he is. There's that Harmon Surratt again, trying to make a play.
And Corral with the backup.
Yeah, I mean that's a fundamental. I think that kids can really learn at an early age about how the shots can go out of bounds, and the team closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds pick that up. So that's just common sense as we see a goal there.
By George Eisenhower from La Lumiere.
I think so.
All right, nice.
Again, he found empty space and he went to it.
And it also helps that the attackman had his head up looking for that cut.
The thing is, an attackman has to be patient. Midfielders have to be patient. They may cut to that empty space 20 times a game before they finally get the pass. But they can't quit going to that empty space.
Yeah, I think it's going to be important. As a coach, you always want to teach the kid it's not about the guy making the cut. It's the guy about making the pass. The guy making the cut has to make sure the guy making the pass is looking at him. If he's not looking, the cut goes for naught. So we'll get this going, and remember, we want to thank Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years of Logan Street Signs and Banners as we see this face-off go. So if you need banners for your graduation party or for your grad, make sure you go to www.com, loganstreetsigns.com. loganstreetsigns.com on the interweb. As we see the West continue to dominate the offensive play here.
Good stick by Harmon's Surratt there. Had double team pressure, got away from it, didn't try to do anything.
Oh, a good read there by Jack Zaliski, ground point, number 6 in white, to read that outlet pass and create this scrum here, and then have his team in white come away with it. So good little play, good hustle play, that ground point kid.
Ball picked up by Surratt out of Evansville Memorial.
He's having a lot of impact here late in this game. But they're still working it around. You see guys, they'll sort of test the defense, do a little feeler dodge, see how it goes. If they get by clean, they'll go. If they don't, they'll keep moving on.
Outside.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see those shots when they hit the outside of the net. We think they go in, but kind of pay attention to the reaction of the goalie. See, the goalie jumps around the post, and we know it's the outside. So we get a clear here from the east. See if they can set up a little bit of offense here as Heckel across the midfield line is going to touch up the box, being covered by Inamura.
Heck may be tempted to stay in on offense a little bit.
Excuse me, Heck, that's correct, not Heckel. Heckel was a attackman on that same team.
He is. He's going to stay in the crease, look for something. Itamura, who's primarily an offensive player, hung him up. They're very familiar with each other playing in conference.
Right. And here we go, Ruggles again. Nice running shot. He looks to seem to be the team leader there on the east.
2 goals so far today for Ruggles.
Yeah, but he's doing other things like settling everybody down and controlling the pace of the game when they get it down there so people don't panic. And I think that's good as we see Will Freiberger here try to make a play. Turn the corner. Looks like he's got a bit of an angle. He'll take that shot. That's a good shot to take. Backed up well by the blue. Jackson Lambert and Penn backed that shot up.
But they gave the ball to White.
Ooh, I thought he made it. Perhaps the lack of enthusiasm on that was the winning factor. So Noah Jr. is going to try to clear, try to throw it through the length of the field. Bounces down in the offensive zone, but it's recovered by the defense in blue, and they're going to outlet it up the field. And the Chittard kid from is going to handle it. And
George Eisenhower. Chittard had a good season this year.
Actually, that was Will Freiberger here, number 8.
That? Oh,
yep.
You're right.
So
we got looking at the wrong roster.
That's all right, but I'll tell you what. I mean, we've got a lot of kids, and a lot of kids that we don't normally see. So keeping track of all these players is quite a thing on our own. Plus, we want to see these kids out here from different schools. I think that's important, and everybody gets a chance to showcase their skills and their talents. And as we see number 9, Griffin Euler, try to get in there.
And there's a goal.
And there he scores. So. And as we expect, the referees aren't doing too much.
By number 9 from Garrett
So
Catholic, Griffin Euler.
Griffin Euler from Guerin Catholic with that goal, feeling his way through there, taking a nice shot. Noah June had a good series there in the goal where he'd had a couple of good saves, and the East finally beat him there to notch their 4th goal for the East. So we're getting set for that face-off here. Looks like the heat starts to wear down on some of these kids. It's getting hot out there. The breeze has ebbed.
Jack Berendez, so far my favorite player to watch today.
Number 14 in white.
On the wing.
Yep, he'll be up against, he's lining up on the near side here. You'll see the top of his helmet on the screen here as they come in with Will Freiberger, number 8. Good win, good face-off win by Noah Ref, Castle High School. Brings that ball down to the offense as the West starts possessing it again. Got another load of guys here that's coming. It's a good hard dodge here by Brenson Brown, Evansville Central. Gets it taken away, ball's on the turf.
Berendez staying out there on offense, and there's a goal. Number 2.
Number 2, Harmon Surratt. Yeah, we called his name a couple of times here since he got subbed in, and he seems to be the go-to guy here.
Fresh legs, maybe?
Well, definitely fresh legs. He's a quick little player, and also just a junior, so good thing he'll be back next year. I think that's going to help Evansville Memorial. It's a good battle down there in Evansville with those teams. Like you said, that Castle is made the playoffs there 2 years in a row, and North was really close, and we know Memorial's made it in previous years, so that's a good little rivalry down in that town in the south of Indiana. So the 13th goal is scored with 56 seconds to go in the 3rd. Referee's back out for the face-off.
Another face-off win for number 13, Noah Ref from Castle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Fortunately, he threw that away, and sometimes that happens with a face-off. You win it in that clamp, it deforms your stick shape a little bit. as we see Ruggles come down the field again. And you get those errant passes off the face-off because your stick is warped from the draw. Ooh, hit the post. Ricocheted out.
Backed up by Jackson Lambert.
Jackson Lambert will bring it in, number 1. The Penn stand out at attack. Also a junior will be back. Help that Penn program. Ooh, cross-crease pass. Goes errant. We're going to see a clear for White.
Again, with this Jack Berendez, every other player kind of walk into their next position. There he is, running to where he needs to go.
Gotta like a kid like that. Here's number 2, Hyman Surratt again. He's going to make that feed. Oh, a little tall. A little tall for Brenson Brown.
Going to stay in bounds.
They do recover. Crease and Surratt wide. Surratt wide with that shot. That was a good little look by Braden Wicks from Evansville North there to feed that. He was also the one that backed up the shot. And we end the third quarter. End of the third quarter for the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association All-Star East-West game, where we see the white team in the West leading 13-4. We'll be back in just a moment here for the fourth quarter and wrap this game up.
Starting after this game, there'll be an hour.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street and
we're back here at IU Health Field on the campus of Hamilton Southeastern for the Indiana High School Lacrosse Association East-West All-Star Game. We've brought to you by Noblesville Trophies, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and the Wofford Theater of Movies on the Go. So we'd like to thank those sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast, this special broadcast of the All-Star Game. It's a first for us here to do that game. And we've got a break here between the third and fourth quarters. So, Coach Kenny, anything else standing out? You were talking about Berendez. Anybody else stand out for you that is a player we haven't seen much of?
Yeah, we were just talking about number 2, Harmon Surratt, Evansville Memorial. Came in, seemed fresh there in the second half of the third quarter. A lot of ground balls, backing up shots, taking shots. Very aggressive. I liked his no-scope 360 shot he had there towards the end. Knew there was short time on the clock. Caught, turned, and shot, and didn't miss by much.
Yeah, it's always fun to see some of those last-second shots, see if they go.
Absolutely. There was a great last-second shot earlier this year between the matchup we saw last night earlier in the season when HSC won a game against Cathedral with a last-second shot.
Yeah, and the Carmel Cathedral game went down to a shot with 4 seconds left. And in the semifinal game we saw last night, Culver scored the game-tying goal to put it into overtime with 4 seconds left. So those last-second shots can really matter.
Yeah, and the new rule where it's now on the release of the shot as opposed to going through, more like basketball, I think is beneficial. It gives you that extra second to line that shot up a little bit.
And you'll see that sometimes where they'll be in the defensive end of the field, the clock will be running down. If you release that shot, 80, 100 yards away, it doesn't matter. Even if it bounces, it's still considered a shot that can go in. So it's kind of a fun play. Not a close enough game in this one for that to matter as we start the fourth quarter with that face-off win by number 12. Keaton Kohlinger from Bollinger.
From Concordia. Yeah, it's the first I've seen him today.
There he goes with the shot. I just saw a flag hit the ground. I think that's going to be our first penalty of the game. What do you see? Referees there looking for a number. And they're going to have number 22, Itamura, for doing something he shouldn't have done. Let's see what it was. The referees made no signal, so I can't really tell.
He is going to be in time out.
He is going to sit down and feel shame as he was trying to get Keaton Kohlinger to not get that shot off. So we're going to see an extra man offense. So we're going to see an extra man offense, and we're running low on time. We're going to have a running clock here now that the whistle is blown, since we want to make sure that we get tonight's championship game off on time. So the All-Stars are going to pick up the pace a little bit, and it doesn't seem to be a contest, so the clock will continue to run with 10:45 to go. So that means even if the goal is scored or the ball goes out of bounds, the clock will continue to run. The only time that it doesn't is for injury or a timeout. I have no expectation that a coach will call a timeout, as we see a hard shot wide.
We have no officials or bookkeepers over there, so I guess it's going to be on Itamora to release himself when he feels he has properly learned his lesson.
I'm going to guess they're going to wait for a shot or a clear for that to happen, as dug out by the St. Joe player, number 17. That's Luke Leonard, who picked up that ground ball so that they can get the outlet now in a battle. So look at that play.
Ooh, nice check by Will King.
And Will King is going to start with that ball.
Will King headed to IU next year. Does not know if he's going to play lacrosse.
Good feed. Oof.
Could have played lacrosse a lot of places around the country, but as with a lot of players in many sports, education and what you go into college for is more important than the sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lacrosse is not a sport where you're going to become a millionaire being a lacrosse player, but enjoying the game, and he'll have an opportunity to potentially enjoy the game at IU. They've got a quality club program.
Yeah, MCLA team. So see the East come on down and work the ball on offense again. They got a 2-on-1 down low. Can they make it pay? They cannot. Looks like Colin Ade was not able to get that to Hunter Roberts, number 7, except he gets it to Surratt, and he's going to fire away. Correction, that's Ashton Douglas with that shot.
We saw the number 2, and we've been saying his name so much with Surratt that it's easy to forget.
Absolutely. And there goes Roberts. Hunter Roberts drives through the middle. Actually, they had released Itamora. They were 6-on-6. Itamora came out, played defense. Hunter Roberts beat him. Hard, low shot. Beats the goaltender. So number 7, Hunter Roberts from Noblesville gets on the board.
Chasen from Brownsburg was calling for a slide. None came.
That's what you were talking about when kids don't play together. We're going to see that replay. Maybe we just missed that, but those guys don't seem to get too much in the way of communication because they don't play together, so it's tough to know where the slides come from. What we mean by slides is like in basketball, it's a rotation, a defensive rotation.
It's a double team, basically. And in a game like this, I like to do close man, we call it, adjacent slide. Closest man to it goes, and helps out.
We got a flag down for a trip, and we then got the ball hit the ground. So now we're going to see a man up the other direction.
2 penalties in this quarter, infinitely more than the last 3 quarters combined.
I think that's a function of kids getting tired running into each other.
Absolutely.
So.
And it slows the game down a little bit, or speeds the game up a little bit, allows them to rest on one knee.
Yeah, exactly. Get to sit in the box, take a rest. With 7:20, the clock's still running while I set this up. We talked about the running clock earlier. So I imagine they're going to try and find the most pretty play possible, not necessarily the best play. As they just offense here for the West going to work it around. Try and get guys looking to
very aggressive man-down defense by number 19.
Good feed into the crease. Good check by the defense. Fisher's kid makes a good play. It's going to be cleared up here by number 15. That's Mason Barney from Snyder coming down. Going to touch the box. I'm not sure Mason Barney really wants to give it up, but he finally does. Gets it off to the attack. And they'll kill off what's left of that penalty. Actually, they probably won't. They'll probably just go for it. Because you know what? Doesn't matter. It's an all-star game. Let's see what we got. And a behind-the-back pass. That's exactly what it's talking about.
Absolutely. Those low percentage passes.
That's all right, but it's fun to see. So Keegan Hogue from Northridge goes and picks that up, gets that over to Euler from Karen, and they'll try something else here as that penalty is finally released. So here he is out of the box. We'll start. And, What do we got with that ball? Kohlinger, Concordia makes that play, and then they're looking around. Everyone's trying their hand at it.
There's a close man slide there, but we don't get the 2 slide. A shot.
Wide.
2 slide is the second slide. So if you send one man, you've now got to fill that spot with somebody else.
That's right. And you were talking about slides. You were saying adjacent slides. Sometimes we slide off of the crease. Some teams slide as we get a shot from number 10. Keegan Hogue from Northridge. Nice play. Nice shot, Keegan. That's a good hard bouncer. That's a tough one to save from about 8 yards. Keegan Hogue. So good for them. That's a nice little play. We got 5:15 with the clock still running. That's makes the 6th goal for the East. So they're closing in on as it's 6-13 in favor of the West. So we're going to see another face-off here. And with the clock running and it late in the day and it hot and the score kind of disproportional, no one's in a hurry to get to the next face-off. I think everybody is satisfied to kind of run their course here. With this whistle's going to blow with about 4:40 to go in the game.
Already see some players taking their pads off. They obviously are done for the day. Will King looks like one of them.
Yeah, Berendez here making another play. Big guy with the ball, gets it taken away, gets it back, makes the feed inside. And there's that Surratt kid with a great play.
Surratt on the scoreboard.
Surratt,
Second time today.
Good for him. The 2 guys we were talking about this second half quite a lot, Berendez and Surratt, a couple of kids that we didn't know before today, stepping up and making plays from Modern Day. Berendez and Evansville Memorial and Surratt. 2 good little players.
Absolutely.
I don't know how little Berendez is, but from up here, they all look like ants to me. No. So.
Well, even from up here, Berendez doesn't look like an ant to me compared to everybody else. He looks like a big man.
He's a big boy. Yeah, absolutely. Big, strong, and they can still run. So he's a good athlete. So, modern day kid. That made it the 14th goal, and here it looks like we might get another one. Oh, shot wide, backed up for Surratt. 14-6 with 3:30 to play. At IU Health Field.
That was a classic face-off stick shot.
Yeah.
When they're facing off, their sticks are more pliable than other sticks, and they bend in weird directions. And so when they shoot in weird directions sometimes.
Yeah, well, Isaac Nesbitt hopefully gets that right here as he sets the pick, number 11 in white. The shot went wide, but he won the face-off nice and clean, so it's a good little play. And now I think they're going to just be happy to throw the ball around a little bit and see if someone else wants to take a test here. And that's that time. This time it's going to be number 8. Ooh, fast across crease. Boy, that's tough. I think number 8, George Eisenhower there from La Lumiere, saw the white shoulders of the opponent hanging out of the jersey, because these are only penny jerseys that they're wearing. They're not full jerseys, and he misread that. So that was an errant pass. Guy turned sideways to him, looked like it was a teammate. Turned out it was not. But now Jackson Lambert from Penn trying to make a play here and dodging and looking to feed, and found a fella. There, Ben Irvin. Ben takes a shot. High. Cena Memorial there.
Jared Lucas is going to pick up the ball. One of my players for our program, and kind of hoping he'll be a little selfish here. He hasn't. He's passed the ball around a lot, taken 1 shot today, and he continues to be unselfish.
It's almost like he was coached to do that.
I imagine.
So says Freiberger tries to make a play here. Takes a no-angle shot. Good save by the goaltender. See who's going to pick it up. 1:40 left in the game as this ball scrambled. The St. Joe player picks that up. The long stick defender. He comes down, number 17. Leonard off lets pass. Shot. Good save. Save. Pope. Recovered. Shot again. This time number 4. Joe Machika with the shot. Backs his own shot up. It's a flurry of quick shots there. A couple of players. Good start, number 17. Luke Leonard with his long pole staying in the offensive zone. With the the light blue helmet. See if they can find him in the crease there. Well, they feed that hard crease. Shot. Oh, gets checked to the ground. It's going to be picked up. Eisenhower. Eisenhower gets it to 17. Luke Leonard feeds the crease. Shot. Oh, it got hit by a defender. It's onto the ground. The East defense picks it up, and they're going to start their clear.
Less than 1 minute left to go in the game.
Gets it over here to Heck. Heck's going to come down. Look for the extra player. Freed up. There goes Lucas with a face dodge. Shot. Save.
Nice save by the goalie from Brownsburg.
Good little play there. High to low shot. Good save by the Brownsburg goalie. Back into transition. That's going to be picked off by the Roncalli goalie. He's going to run the length of the field.
He's going coast to coast. There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt. He's going to make the save pass here. Wow, he made that pass to Jackson Lambert. That was the right look because the defense was just looking at him.
It was the right look, but it wasn't the fun look. It's more fun to watch those big goalies go coast to coast.
Yeah, well, he went down there and the entire defense had lined up on him, so he made a smart play, overthrew the undersized Jackson Lambert. So now they're going to chuck the ball down the field, and the game expires. The time goes out. We've got the West beating the East 14-6. So that was a fun little game to have all these teams from Indiana represented and get an opportunity to see players that we normally wouldn't play. So I'd like to thank Steve Kinney. Thank you, sir, for Heritage Christian Coach coming up here, and for Hamilton County TV and all the crew here. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you in 7 o'clock tonight for the championship game against the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Culver Eagles. Again, I'm Byron Stankus for Steve Kenny and the crew, and you guys have a good evening.